Okay, so we're going to dive right into it. Then grab your external object here. I'm going to use a water ball today. Don't really need dumbbells, don't really need external equipment. If you do have them, more power to it. You can utilize that for this workout today. But without that, you should be able to get creative. Water ball should be just enough for today. You'll still feel that challenge. Let's do it. All right, so you got your 6 moves here. We're going to do the first one in a superset. We have 2 exercises here. Your goblet split squat. Then right after that, we're going to do the T push-up. So external object, keep it nearby, keep it handy. You can use it for the T push-up. It gets a little crazy if you don't have the dumbbell. So optional for that one, but you can use it for the goblet squat. So here we go. We're doing 45 seconds on each exercise, 15-second transition period, minute break after each one. Let's do it. I'll start my little timer here. Y'all ready for this? All right, here we go. Split squat. 1 step forward, 1 step back, holding your object down to a squat. We'll stick to this side for this round, and then we'll switch in the next round. So maximize that time in that 45 seconds, how you want to utilize it. Whether it's a faster one, slower squat, but emphasize that form. Posture's neutral from the hips up. Do your best to keep that balance. Break time. All right, we're going to bring it down to the ground for our T push-up. Starting that up in 10-15 seconds. So here's the option that I was going to show you. Plank position to start. We're going to do push-up first. Here we go, push-up. Turn your feet to lateral position, lined up one behind the other. Pick up your object and do a lateral raise. Set it back down. Other side. Alternate and do your lateral raise. So this is what I mentioned. It gets a little hairy here because you got to have an object on both sides. Otherwise, you're going to constantly rotate. So if you don't want to do that, you don't have 2 pairs of dumbbells, no worries. Do it without it. Guarantee you'll still feel it. Keep alternating. Remember, inner side plank gives you more balance if you have your feet stagnated, or staggered, I should say, one in front of the other. Boom, done like that. So having them staggered like that gives you the chance to get a little bit more balance in your anchor point. If you try to do a stacked foot position here and then try to reach up overhead, you might lose your balance here. A little harder to keep that balance. So there's still a little bit of a core challenge, but it's just safer if you have your feet staggered like that, 1 foot behind the other. Okay, nicely done. So we're 1 set down. We're going to go back to the top. We're going to do it 2 more times. Okay, stick with me. Bring back my handy dandy external object here. Whatever you got, whether it's a water bottle, heavy bag, book, purse, umbrella, whatever you got, bucket, whatever you could hold on to as you go down to your squat. Okay. Now we're going to switch sides too. So we started with this round. Let's go ahead and put that other foot forward. 1 step forward, 1 step back. That's your split squat position to start. Shoulders square facing ahead. All right. Pick up that object. Here we go. Starting up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's squat. Do your best to feel that foot in the front there. You want 100% contact with the ground, heel to toe, as you descend down your squat. From the hips up to the shoulders there, I want you nice and neutral there. Keeping those collarbones wide and long here as you hold your object. Chest up, looking straight ahead. Got that space between your neck, back of the neck. Stick to your one side here. Next round we'll switch halfway through. There it is, boom. Good, nicely done. All right, let's transition to our T push-up. We only got 15 seconds here. So plank position. Use an object if you want to. Maybe if you got push-ups, your hands are right on top of those push-ups. or dumbbells. Here we go, push up, stacked feet, boom. Push up, staggered feet, boom. Keep alternating. Yeah, if you did have dumbbells, preferably the ones that didn't roll. So ones that have a little bit more of a solid edge to them. You can do the dumbbells on top with your push-ups like this, and then lift them up depending on what weight you have. But you don't need those to feel it. We still got quite a challenge here. As long as you're doing it right. That's what matters, right? As long as we're moving. Nicely done, good job. All right, so 2 rounds down. We got one more here. Grab some water if you need it. We're obviously loading and supersetting the same areas of our body here. So make sure you got yourself enough time to shake it out. We'll go back to the top. So this next round, goblet split squat. I'm gonna start with that one again. This time we're gonna switch halfway through. So we're just gonna reset 22, 23 seconds-ish in, reset other side. On that T push-up, I want you all to try to go a little faster. Try to pick up that pace here, maximize that time within there. If the push-up feels like it's too much, you can still do it from the knee. So knee push-up, you can come down into a push-up position still. Come down to the knees, crossing the feet, doing the same thing. And then when you come back up, take your external object here and just transition to a side plank. Okay, so you're briefly under duress of the shoulders, putting load on those shoulders for just a brief period of time, kind of cutting that time in half. Okay, up to you to find that challenge. Let's start that goblet squat. Boom. And we're going to switch at 22 seconds or 23, essentially halfway through. And as is the goal for each video that we do, unless you have a TRX, in some of our videos, of course, that's a requirement for some of our exercise. But other than that, I allow you to get creative with your body weight. Switch sides. Oh, we went over on that side. We got some time to make up here. Keep squatting. I lose track when I talk. Let's go for a few more seconds. I know that bell rang. There it is. Good. Because I lose myself when I talk. All right, here we go. We're going to come down to the T push-up here. Weight or no weight. Here we go. Push up. Stagger the feet. Twist. Rotate. Other side. Here we go. Let's pick up the pace. Whether you're at the knee or regular push-up, whatever your challenge is today, keep it going. You're doing great. All of a sudden we do it faster. Feels like this round takes forever. We got 10 seconds left. There it is. There's the bell. Nicely done. Good job, everybody. Good job. Yourself a round of applause. 1 superset down. We got 2 more to go. 4 more exercises. Okay. So we're going to forget about that one for now. Those 2 moves. Move it on to 2 different types of moves. So this is when an external object, optional for you. Don't need one really. But if we do it right, we'll feel it right. First one is going to be a thread to a rotation chop. A lot of moving parts in here. Try to remember the 3 basic steps. So within that motion, there's the initial deadlift. So you're reaching down, touch the ground. Back is straight, neutral. Lift up, take a step back, pivot the front foot. So it's deadlift, step back, pivot at the same time. And you're chopping down. When you chop down, imagine that you're chopping some wood there. Put some force into that. Bend the knees, let the back stay neutral as you explode down towards the ground. Return back to the original position. After that, we have a thruster. Squat, overhead press. Just like that. Let's go. Do our deadlift first. Pivot, chop. Other side. Let's alternate. If you feel like it's still a little challenging there, I want you to pause the video, return back to the intro, take a look at those demos. We're going to keep alternating here. Deadlift, pivot, slam. Or just chop, chop. Last one. Back to the middle. Good job, shake it out. Love that move, all-inclusive mode there. You feel it in the hammies, feel it in those quads. If you got an external object too, you feel it in that chop as well. Here we go, we got our thruster. Grab your weighted object, whether it's a computer bag, whatever you got, squat. Use the squat momentum to drive you up. Overhead press. And add my water bottle. Remember to squat, butt goes back behind the heels. Hang in there. Get as many good ones in there as possible. Not just many reps, as many good ones. There we go. Quality over quantity, folks. Take a little break here. Grab some water if you need it. We're gonna go back to the top of the end of this minute. So, that first one. Again, a lot of moving parts in there. When we really start to break it down, I want you to really think about the steps that are in there. Go back to the video like I mentioned at the beginning, refer to those demos. Otherwise, just think of it as I'm starting my deadlift. So the form of the back being neutral. As you reach down towards the ground, you're tilting your pelvis down, reaching to touch the ground unless you're holding an object. You're gonna come straight up to a standing position first before you transition to a diagonal step back. Once that foot hits the ground, I should immediately pivot the front foot there and get ready to the object that you're dead holding. Bring it up, swing it over the top, lower yourself down to a chop. Back to the middle there, okay? It can be a little complex, but is it worth it? That's a good move. After that, you got your thruster. Squat, overhead press, okay? Here we go, round two. Reach down, step up, pivot, chop. Other side, same thing, chop. Really want to see like a rainbow arc on those hands. Right? You're gaining that momentum, whatever you're holding, or whatever imaginary object you're holding, to slam down and chop on the ground behind you. Excellent job. We're going to transition to that squat to overhead press, aka thruster. If you got your external object, get it ready. Holding it up here, load it out in front of your body, close to the chest. Feet hip width apart. Here we go. Squat, press. Try to time that breathing in there. Inhale down, exhale up. Doing great, hang in there. 15 seconds. Three, two, one. Excellent job. All right, almost done with the superset. 2 rounds down, 1 more to go. Grab some water if you need it. So there's a lot of different ways you can get creative with these, with the external load that you end up using. Curious to see what people come up with. Could be a broom, could be a bag or a purse clipped on to a broom, kind of just hanging there in the middle. Maybe it's a bike pump. Just thinking of things that you could chop with. It also has a little bit of weight to them that you could use for that overhead press. You'd be surprised. Take a look around your home, your room, the space, the park space that you're doing this workout at, wherever you're at. I'm sure you could find something. You'd be surprised. All right, we're gonna start back at the top here. Our two moves. We got our thread to a wood chop, thruster. Well, let's do it. Get this round done. We'll move on to our next superset. We're almost there. Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chop. Chop. And we get that rainbow overhead arc on that chop. I lost my balance on that one. You did too, no worries. It happens. Almost there, last one. Chop, return to middle. There it is, good. Quick transition here to that thruster. Almost there, folks. Okay, last one here of the thruster. Squat, overhead press. Use the momentum of your squat to drive you up to the overhead press. It's our last round here, power round. Get through there. As many good ones as possible. Not as many ones as possible, as many good ones. Keep that back neutral. Tilt the pelvis forward as you squat. The lower you squat, the more the pelvis tilts. Time with your breathing. Excellent job. Nicely done. Okay. Our second superset is done. We're gonna move on to our next one, our new pair of exercise here, our final one, all right? Good news to hear that. We got the reverse kick. So we're gonna get a little bit of combination of ab work, some leg work as well. And then we have what's called a side plank rotation, okay? Refer back to that video at the top if you need some help on that. I'll walk you through it really quickly, and then we'll make some modifications for it. If you're not quite feeling up to it, or something's just not feeling right, feeling a little yucky, then we can make some modifications there. So reverse kick, hands point out, press up to your joints align, ideally hips, shoulders down to the feet. You're gonna alternate kicking up, 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 trying to maintain that reverse bridge that you have. Core stays tight. Side plank rotation, stack the feet, stack all the joints, shoulder down to the feet there. Reaching underneath, behind you, and overhead. So it kind of looks like that T push-up from earlier. All right, we're gonna start with the reverse kick first. Now, so kick up, and then up, and try to keep yourself neutral from the shoulders down to the ankles. If this is too much, I want you to reset each time. Reset each time. So bring your butt down, bring it back up to that plank, and kick each time. Okay. Sometimes if that core is not feeling up for it, starting to get a little fatigue, you might feel a little lower back pain here. So you want to make sure we're not feeling that. So if the joints can no longer align, the core can't quite keep it stable, bring it down each time. Give yourself a chance to take a break, reset, just like we're doing this first round. Otherwise, keep powering through. Go ahead and take a break here. We're going to transition to our next move. Going to be side plank. This first set, we're going to stay on this side. So start on this side facing me, whatever shoulder that is for you. Next round, we're going to switch. Here we go. Press the hips up, reach underneath, over the top, underneath, over the top. Whew. You sweating like I am yet? Over the top. See, who needs heavy equipment here? Who needs dumbbells? Who needs kettlebells? I mean, if you have them, great. You're still getting a good workout without them. Okay, hang in there. If your shoulder's starting to hurt, pause, bring it down. Bring down the hip. Okay, press it back up. Elbow under the shoulder. Reach under. Finish off the round. Finish position is chest facing forward. Facing that camera. Last one. Great job. Bring it on down. Now, this is the first time you've done that move. It's obviously a progression of a side plank because now we're moving with that plank. You're going to be sore tomorrow, just to let you know. So just keep that in mind. Might be a new kind of sore unless you're used to doing rotational movement, like baseball players, pitchers, when you're swinging, golfing, playing tennis, type of rotational movement. But a lot of times we don't implement torso rotation into our daily exercise routine or just in our common exercise routines. It's not a go-to move. So, if it's your first time doing it, you will feel it. You'll definitely feel sore tomorrow. All right. Good kind of sore, though. Not pain sore. Not sharp pain. All right, so the next round, we got a reverse kick. We're going to switch elbows, whichever elbow that you're going to stack it up on. Our modifications there, just take breaks in between. If you still feel like that lower back's just not liking that first move, that reverse kick, bring it into a glute bridge. Okay, so you got the inverted position of the plank and just squeezing at the top. You put an object in between the legs there, squeeze it as you're doing your bridges. Okay, here we go. Everyone else, reverse kick. Align those joints, kick up. Make sure those fingertips face out and not forward, else your wrists might start to hurt. Hang in there. Almost there. Keep that core tight. 3, 2, 1. Bring it on down. Quick transition here. You're going to go onto your other elbow here. So I'm going to quick breakdance move. Roll to my left shoulder. Elbow's right underneath that shoulder. We're going to press up. Okay, here we go. Plank position. Reach under, over the top. Under, over the top. Stick with that side. Maybe if you found it easier, you could also, as an alternative, switch sides within the round. And that kind of just lessens the load on the one shoulder joint. Or bring it down, a few seconds, reset, and start up again. When you reach under, this shoulder should rotate in a little bit, out in front of the other shoulder. It starts shoulder stacked. In your rotation, it's a little bit out in front. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Nice done. Nice job. I was going to say nicely done, but we're not done. We got one more set of this same thing. I don't know about you all, but I'm feeling it. Okay. So before we start that next round, it's obviously your last one. You can still make some modifications for this one. As I mentioned, the reverse kick, we could sub for a glute bridge, which you're just going in the inverted position of the plank. So instead of the shoulders being the top of that diagonal plank, it's your knees being the top of that diagonal plank. Okay, so you press up to the floor, or you press up to the roof as high as you can, or the sky, at the hips, thrusting them up. I want you to put an object in between those knees so you get a little extra adductor challenge, something to hold on to, give a little extra challenge within that glute bridge. Okay? On the plank rotations, take a break in between, switch sides halfway through. That's what we're going to do this time. So that should lessen the load on the shoulder joints. Okay? Here we go. First move, up, joints line up, kick it up. Now, of course, we always teach posture to stay neutral here. In this position, it's very difficult to do that. So if you feel like you can't quite keep a neutral neck here in this position right there, because it puts a lot of strain on the neck, keep it slightly out in front. I'll allow it for this, but typically it's not the habit you want to reinforce. If you decide to bring the head a little forward, make sure the hips come down too. Shoulder down at the hip is actually your plank posture there. So don't think when people say keep your core or your back neutral, you don't want that to be the only thing that's staying neutral. It's from the hips down up to the shoulders. Whew. Take a little break there. We got our last move here. We're going to switch halfway through that side plank rotation. You ready? Let's do it. Under, over the top. Under, over the top. Switch sides. Halfway through. Under, the top. Under, and the top. Nicely done, folks. Give yourselves a round of applause. 3 sets down of each superset, 6 moves, all done. What are you feeling? Check in with yourself. Ask yourself, what hurts, what doesn't? What feels challenged, what didn't? What are your next steps for this exercise or this workout? If it felt like that was the right challenge for you, keep it as is. Maybe you add an extra set of something in at the end, a little finisher move just to progress yourself along. Or just do this workout again, make it one of your favorites, save that video. Or if you felt like there were some more areas that you could challenge yourself at, whether it's adding an external weight, adding in a type of like a jump on the thruster, or going for a longer period of time. We did 45-second blocks, 15-second recovery. Maybe we shorten the recovery transition time for a minute in between. Up to you. But hopefully this is your starter set and just another reinforcement of what you can do with just body weight or handy dandy water bottle. Great job, everybody, today with this week's workout of the week.
Hey there.
Next time.
If you enjoyed the content of this video, go ahead and tap that link at the bottom. Subscribe to our channel, KQ Fitness. You can also reach out to me directly. Find my contact info on our About page for questions and information about one-on-one training with myself. Appreciate you all.